Hello, this is Thomas Shepherd, and this is just a quick video showing you how to create feedback within Moodle. So what I've done here is I've just gone and set up a sample Moodle page like that, so it's just blank at the moment, and I'm going to use this to create a sample feedback to kind of assess how the students have achieved or got on with the learning targets that you set out at the beginning of the lesson. Moodle is actually quite a powerful tool for this. It's of any of the free websites in it, Moodle, funny enough, is actually one of the best things for it. So we'll begin by first of all just turning editing on, so the same way you would for any of to do anything in Moodle. And I'm going to add an activity resource, like so. And you can see as we scroll down here, feedback is the little one with the little audio piece or whatever, say a loudspeaker. And go to add, and I'm going to give it a name, so learning targets. Like so, and I'm just going to leave the description blank, or just put a little space there sometimes, or a little full stop. Sometimes it won't let you leave it blank. And then you have a whole host of options here, most of which I don't really worry too much about. Question and submission. So do you want a student to remain anonymous, or do you want their name to be logged in so you can see exactly who answered what, depending on whether you feel the students feel comfortable with it or not. Do you want them to have multiple submissions? Generally I tick no for that, and don't worry about it. You know, with this type of thing, you want it to be quick and dirty, so you don't want students to be going back over it or worrying about it. After submission, then you know, do you want them an analysis page, or you might show say a little completed message, so thank you very much, and common module settings, restrict access, all general things. As I generally don't worry too much about that really. So I'm going to just go save and display, and that creates your feedback area. So save and display will bring you to like this area here. You can see at the moment there are no submitted answers, there are no questions because we haven't created the questions yet. So we're going to click on the tab here, edit questions. And you can see at the moment there are no questions, so I'm going to hit this drop down menu, and again there's a whole plethora of options here. I'm just going to go to multiple choice, and you can see, is this going to be a required question? Yes it is. And what's the question itself? So just to save on time, I have a Word document that I'm just going to copy and paste out of with the questions to save me from typing it, but you can type obviously straight into this. So do you feel you've achieved learning target 1, which was to identify the true length of a line? So that was one of the learning targets from a class that I had. Multiple choice is going to be a single answer, because I want them to answer how, yes, no, kind of maybe type of thing. Adjustment vertical, don't need to worry about any of the rest of that. Then when it comes to your answers, the way you do your answers is that basically you have your answers set out, and if you have enter, that will allow it to create a separate question. So if I type in perfectly, no problems here, if I hit enter, that knows that the next thing you're going to type is going to be the second answer. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it like that. So perfectly, no problems here, enter, then you have answer 2, enter, answer 3, enter, answer 4. And that's one line for each answer. I'm going to save that, and that's it then. So that is your tick the box for each of those. I'm going to also add another question. So add question, and this time I want to follow that up with a longer text answer. So sometimes, just knowing that the student had difficulty with something, you might want more information. So I'm going to have, say, a follow-up question to that. If you had any difficulties, can you be specific about that? And now we're really getting into the specifics of it. I mean, now you're really finding out what area of the learning did they have difficulty with. And again, to try and encourage that engagement, if you find out that they have something specific, try and really tackle that, be it through a resource or through kind of going back over the following class. But let them know, say, look, we're doing this now because you asked me to. So you're trying to encourage them the whole time to kind of engage with that, and show that being engaged has advantages. So that's our question saved like that, and there we can see there's our preview. So they'll have to pick one of the options here, and then they can have their option to type in say kind of a longer explanation of that. And you can have each one of those for their learning targets. So learning target 2, learning target 3, learning target 4, and they can quickly do it at the end of the class just with their phones, or if you're in a computer lab you can do it on the computer. but it gives you that kind of essential feedback that you need. So our overview now, we can see submitted answer 0, questions 2, and that's pretty much it really. So I'm going to just go back to have a look at it. So there we can see learning targets, and if I just go back to see what a student would say, so switch my role to student, what a student, when they click on that, answer the questions. So so they get the quiz like that. So perfect, no problems here, and they can type in their feedback here like that and submit their answers. So continue. That's it, that's done. As a lecture then, you can see when you log in yourself to it, learning targets, and you can see an overview of it, submitted answers number 1, and you can show the responses. So show responses, you can see Thomas Shepard answered perfectly, no problems here, and you can have an analysis then if you wanted to, where it will give you a graph showing how many people answered perfect, you know what I mean, or any particular issues, question by question, and you can scroll down through it. And again, it gives you quite a lot of information for very, very little, and in some ways that's the name of the game really. Try and get as much bang for your buck as you can. So that is how to create feedback within Moodle. So hopefully it's been of some help to you. And I say, if anyone has any questions, thomas.shepard at gmit.ie is the email address. So take care.